Welcome back to the 628 Dirt Rooster channel, where hobby beekeeping is a way of life. And this morning I'm sitting out here in recovery from the most stings I've ever taken from any one hive removal or any single day of beekeeping. Probably, can you count the stings on me?
I can't, but is it more than when you got stung by the yellow jackets?
It is. Well, no, it's about the same probably. So probably last night, and you're going to think it's stupid when I say this, but I'll explain to you. I don't know, we'll come back at the end of the video and go through all this, because I know you just want me to get to the meat of the video. But probably 120, 150 stings. Can you see it? Probably 10, 15 in the neck, face.
Don't let him lie, I did that to him.
Yeah. That's how you wake me up in the morning, punch him in the face. What? There's a bee on your foot.
There's a bee on my foot.
Well, don't quit moving your foot. If you step down, you're going to get stung.
I am so trying to be still.
Just be still, and she'll go away. Now she's on the grass. Walk away. Walk away quickly.
You know, I can't tell you how many videos I've heard you say, "Man, I wish I had some skinny fingers or somebody get up in there." Ghostbusters.
Stepping all over the hoses.
You're still using this part of it?
Yeah.
That,
Yeah, we're fixing to try it out. I'm going to have to jerry rig something because
Cause of what?
I loaned my other one out thinking I was going to be gone already.
So when did you get that one?
Just the other day in the mail.
That's a lot of bees.
I know. That's why they called me.
Go
So
ahead.
you know Mr. Ed's over in this area, and they said, "Mr. who?" I said, "You know, LL." They said, "Nah, we want you."
Well, when I was bringing this up, I was saying that the guy called me up because he didn't really know a lot about doing removals. That's why he wanted me to come see, give him some expert help.
Yeah, well, you know, they got me, but I had to call you for backup because I don't really know what I'm doing.
Me either.
This is my first one.
That's why I always pray a lot. And there's a lot of bees up there, though.
Yeah, there's a good amount of activity there.
Mm-hmm. And they coming in with pollen.
Oh, they're bringing it in by the buckets.
Shoo-wee. I think that's gonna be a fair-sized hive in there. Did you shoot the flare pit?
Yeah, from the inside, there's a hot spot in that corner in the living room.
And how big was it?
Not very big, for just the heat. But the heat's on the ceiling, so I'm thinking it's going to be a decent sized hive.
And you don't know, but that's just where the bees are sitting, where the heat is. You don't know where the comb is.
No, I don't know, and I don't know if this framing's going to be a open frame or 2x
Because the
frame.
way they build these apartments, man, they just throw them up and use those big old.
Yeah, nobody knows on the maintenance. Don't even know on this one, so we're fixing to find out. What do you got going on?
Oh my God! Wait! I got to turn on. I forgot to turn on the juice to it. Welcome back to the 628 Dirt Rooster channel, where hobby beekeeping is a way of life.
Wait a minute, is this stuff mine for real?
Oh, yeah, because Mr. Ed delivers.
You're a dog, because I didn't bring you nothing.
That's all right.
I hear him. There they go. You hear him?
Minute.
You're about a professional. You gotta get close. You gotta get close up.
We just want to get the first stings to the face, that's all.
The first face stings.
See, that's how a real wrangler does it. No smoke. No smoke, baby.
Smoke.
Ain't no bees.
Oh, there's bees. Yeah, I hear them. There's one right there. Hey, see if there's a nail bar. That's what I'm talking about.
Big dog.
Gotta bring out the heavy duty tools. Got to bring out the
That's just a regular hive tool for me.
bees are you tending?
Muscle bees. That update video I made for that cutout across the lake. That's the only tool I had in the truck, so I can use that for my hive tool.
They're built all the way down to the ceiling, so that's a sign. I don't know if it's a good sign, but it's a sign. Is everybody ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
We're running the back without all the extra parts that I didn't check my mail for. So we're covering up the back motor with a filter that you can see what that is. We're just going to tape that on, and of course we've already jerry-rigged the hose because I didn't check my P.O. box. We're going to make it work though. It's either that or a half-hour round trip to go get another vac. Right man for the job. Make anything, design anything. There you go. That's perfect.
That's good. That'll work. That's bad. Works better. It should be because it's not.
Okay, we're into. Oh, you know what? You know what? It looks like there might be some blocking right here. That may be a lifesaver right there. If there's some blocking right here, because going this way, on the other side of this wall is a closet. And it's not a big closet. You know what? We're in good shape. We're in good shape. It's not eye joist, so if we have to, we can come in on this side. It's got a truss in it. Something stinks. Let's see what we got. It's not a small hive. Good grief, it's a big one. I'm gonna need more. You see the queen yet, Mr. Ed? I see a drone. Of all things.
The software app just analyzes all the potential of the queen.
Yeah. That's a big hive.
It's a big one. You could tell it just by the number of bees out there.
It goes all the way over to the next joist too.
My dad used to keep bees when I was a little girl, and when I turned about 15, 16, I started swelling and going bright red, and it's hot, and they hurt.
No.
Well, no, when it's all hot and hits you, it really hurts.
Well, the itching's the worst part.
Oh my, but Jesus!
Isn't it
God.
beautiful?
No, it's not beautiful. It
Go
looks
look.
monstrous.
It
Don't
is
stand underneath
monstrous.
it.
Turn your light on.
No, I know, but look at the bees.
No,
They're gonna kill me, hurt me.
They won't, honey. I went over there. They're calm right now.
Turn your light on your phone.
Oh, look, there's bees everywhere. I don't know. Look, I can't even think where the heck is my light. Oh my God!
That is huge.
I have never ever seen that. That
Isn't
is
it beautiful?
No, it is not beautiful. I'm
That's
so
honey.
sorry. No,
Randy's
that
gonna
is
get you.
monstrous.
Randy's gonna get you.
Sci-Fi Channel.
You got-
So you're gonna get that whole thing from up there in a peak to salvage the bees.
Yeah, I'll take the bees off of it as I cut it out.
And so you guys are not like wearing any protective gear.
That's because I'm staying back here.
I got my dirt rooster hat on.
I thought you had to wear like the whole gloves and the face and the body.
Well, the glove is taped inside that vacuum right now.
You guys make me nervous. Well,
Isn't it gorgeous?
I don't know where you get the gorgeous from at
Because
all.
it's a honeycomb. They made that.
Now, see, I love honey, but I just don't even know if I can eat after these bees have been
What did
walking
they
all
make the
over
comb
it.
out of?
Well, Rob says with the tile is, you don't want that in your garage or this in your garage.
Yeah.
Okie says, well, I don't know about, I think something about like, I don't want the bees or Jeff are wrecking it off in my garage.
There is so much honey in this, and it looks uncapped, but 6 rows up, it's capped on every one of them. This is going to be a messy removal. There ain't no two ways about it. Well, you know what the good part is?
Mr. S leaving.
No. We're in the air conditioning. Yeah, I'm gonna start back here where it gets narrow with all this new comb.
Hey, are these gentle bees?
These are. Let me stick my toe in and see. There's enough room to get up in here and lay down and do this. I could lay across the. I mean, I'm thicker than this joist space, but you could fit in. You could lay down in here and do this. I should have cut the ceiling back further.
Give you more headroom?
Yeah. Yeah, my head's not fitting too good. And they're stinging a little bit. 6 inches too short on the ladder, so I can't work two-handed.
Hope this guy's not playing with family.
I hope not either, because
Well, at least he won't be playing no videos games, that's for sure.
Look at that, man. That's just honey, and that's all there is to all this we can see. On the what?
On that 12 count.
12 count?
Yeah, 9 times you're gonna get stung.
I just got started cutting. Run, you coward.
That's good. I done got hit 3 times already. That's enough.
Your eyes already swelling up.
A little bit now, yeah, I see it now.
Right.
I see it now.
Oh, yeah. Beauty tips. Take some wrinkles out. Let me shine a light in here so you can see how much honey that is. Every bit of that is honey. And they're not being cooperative. I'm getting stung about the head and face. Hit the head and neck, rather. And so I'm having to go to at least wearing a mosquito net. Otherwise, I'm going to have to change tactics. I'm not using a smoker because I'm inside of somebody's apartment. I don't want their apartment smelling like a campfire for a week. So I don't generally use a smoker when I'm inside. A good friend of mine says if you're not getting stung, it's because you don't have enough bees. Well, I think we got plenty here. I think I probably took about 40 stings so far, and we're just now getting into cutting comb. We've been vacuuming. I've cut a little bit. Some of the maintenance guys came and got them a little bit of honey. But we're not even a quarter of the way into the hive now. Kind of see how red my arm is there. Just went and washed both arms off, get the alarm pheromone off of them. I'm gonna take a little break and get back up there and cut some more in a minute. I'm about halfway done. I've got 30 minutes to sunset. You would think that wouldn't matter in here, but there's a lot of light coming through this, a lot of useful light coming through this sliding glass door. We're gonna be down to flashlight only in just a few minutes. We've gotten, that's about a third of the honey. This is a mix of worker and drone brood. And I've only gotten the outside part of it. I still got the whole inside section to go. So I've been stung a whole bunch. Still not going to wear a suit. I am wearing a veil and a glove on my back hand. I need my other hand free for grabbing comb. I cut a big piece of comb and Kickoff caught it right here in the chest. Barehanded. Bad mistake.
You can see it real good on the camera.
Yeah. Yeah. I elected to receive. If I look wrong out, it's because that's what I am.
I think that's the biggest one I've pulled this year. And my hands are cramping. Couldn't hardly hold the knife anymore. Got it done there. The mess.
I don't know what I'm doing. Jesus help me.
Sitting out here on a sunny Saturday morning. It's supposed to be raining today. Just as beautiful as it can be. Sun's shining. Temperature's right. I'm a little puffy from last night. I don't know if you can even see that I got a couple of knots on my forehead. I think my left eye is a little puffy. Last night was a night to remember. I did the biggest, me and my son, and Jeff Horchoff also stopped by and helped for just a few minutes. So we did the biggest hive removal, the biggest overhead removal that I've done in probably 4 or 5 years. I've done bigger removals in walls and such this year, but overhead removals, that was the biggest that I've done in 4 or 5 years, and the most defensive. They were super defensive. So right now I'm feeding cutout comb to my apiary. I've had them on that all morning. I left it out overnight, so they were on it before I got up this morning. But I got the everything bee vac that I pulled that hive out with. This is a updated version. He's working on design a little bit. That Gorilla Tape is me, that's not him. He sent parts in 2 boxes and I only got 1 box to begin with. So showed up last night with a partial vac and didn't realize it until I got there. Had to make some modifications that you'll see in the video. I've done a lot of these overhead apartment removals this year, and all of them without exception have been just 2, 3 basketball size worth, maybe 4. This one was huge. Probably the volume of the hive was probably, without exaggeration, probably would fill a 55-gallon drum just in the sheer volume of the hive as it, wound its way through the framing. You'll see though, you'll see how big this thing was. So let me back up a little bit. So this is an apartment complex that called 4 days ago with a dire emergency. People are getting stung, you gotta come get these bees now. So I went over there and located the hive, pretty much expecting what I've been finding on most of these others, just a small average size hive. They weren't defensive at all. When I went and looked at them, there was a lot of bees coming and going, but they weren't defensive at all. So started on it early afternoon, got the ceiling cut open, and realized it was gonna be a pretty big hive. Not realizing that the sheer size of it at that point, but knew it was gonna be a bigger hive. So I was like, well, let's get on it, we'll get this thing done, get it knocked out. And of course, I don't hardly wear protection unless I absolutely have to. Just, it's hot and you can't see. If you're working overhead in these dark spaces, it's hard to see, especially if you're looking for a queen or something. The veil just cuts your vision in half. On top of trying to get your head through a tiny little hole you cut in the ceiling, and it knocks your hat sideways or whatever, and it's just a pain to work with protection on in those situations. So I don't recommend it for everybody, but my choice, I prefer not to wear all the garb. So we started on about 1 or 1:30, started masking, covering things up, cutting the ceiling. And when we got it open, and I realized this thing's gonna be, this ain't your 4-hour removal. This thing's gonna be half night and finished. So the bad thing about it is we're working in an occupied apartment, so I couldn't, cover the ceiling up and come back tomorrow and finish. Had it finished last night. It was 9:30 last night when we were cleaning up and putting tools in the truck. So it took us 8 hours or maybe few minutes longer than 8 hours to finish this removal. And to say they were defensive is an understatement. They were so bad. They really worked on me hard. When I got started, I started getting stung around the face. I got a couple over here, 4 or 5 in the forehead, a couple over here. You might be able to see it, I don't know. I don't swell too bad anymore. So the worst of it was my forearms. Both of my forearms are bruised almost from my elbows, and you can't even see it. I mean, there's a few little things that you can see where I left stingers in, and go wash my arms and find stingers. So my forearms are bruised up, and I got stung all over my back, my legs, my stomach. Probably, and you're gonna think it's dumb when I say it, but 120, 150 stings probably. It's the most stings I've ever taken from honeybees at one time. I've taken more than that, or about that many from yellow jackets before, but I know what my body can handle on honeybees. So don't say it's stupid, or it's not anything about being stupid or being tough or trying to be the big bad guy, anything like that. I just had a job to do and I had to get it done. And I had just recently cleaned a bunch of stuff out of my truck, including my bee jackets, in preparation to go out of town. So I didn't have those. I didn't want to take an hour-long break to run back and get supplies. We had a lot of work to do. So we were in it so long, I was getting dehydrated. I was getting to where my forearms, my hands were cramping so bad I couldn't even hold the knife anymore to cut comb. I drank about a gallon of water and a Gatorade during the course of the removal and still was so dehydrated. So, it's either get dehydrated, suffer that, or take stings. And I'd rather take stings. It's just how it is. So, biggest hive removal of several years overhead. I've done comparable in walls, but overhead is tough. That adds a whole new thing to a hive removal. When you're working overhead for 8 hours or 7 hours or whatever it is, 4 hours, that's tough. That really gets on you. So my shoulders, my back, when I got in last night, I was done. Stick a fork in me, I'm done. So, just sitting out here watching the bees feast. Got to go take the everything bee vac and set these bees up. And that's what we did last night. I'm just going to let them walk into this hive. Not going to fool with them much. It's about, you can see this is a modified bucket. It's not a standard size bucket. So it's probably about a 7-gallon worth of a bucket. Virtually zero loss of life with the everything bee vac. I don't see any, you can't see any dead bees in the bottom. I can probably see down there better than y'all can on the video. But there's so many bees in here. I think it's about 10. I'm having to pick bees. I gotta get out of here. They're starting to sting. Last thing I want this morning is some more stings. So it's about 10, maybe 11 pounds of bees. I didn't weigh them. I'm just guessing from how the bucket feels. But pretty safe bet. It's about 10 pounds of bees probably. Genuine monk shakes. Shove them in, break them off.
This poor man, no wonder he got bit. Look at it where it is right there above the TV.
Yeah, but that was enclosed.
Yeah, but still, how to get up there?
Through the
outside.
Through the deck support outside.
So as soon as he gets us out Monday, we gotta come see.